Today, what we're going to be doing is using HeyGen to basically leverage this for content creation so that we can start ranking on Google. And you can basically see here that we've got an AI avatar of myself already trained to create videos. You can create shorts, you can create long form videos. And HeyGen have also released a new update, as you can see inside the avatar section, where you can basically select between all these different people that you can be, right? So if you don't even want to put yourself on the AI generated video, then you can generate a one click avatar of someone else and create content around that. Honestly, for YouTube, I think it's going to be better to put yourself as the main face of the channel, but you can see how easy this is to do this, and you can just generate this one single click. Really simple stuff. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but why would you want to create videos if you're in SEO? But the way that I see the game going is like how ChatGPT started as something you wouldn't use for content creation. People warned against it, and now it's almost like everyone uses it, right? Everyone uses an AI SEO tool. It's weird if you just have a human writing your content these days. And so I see it the same with YouTube and video content. It's going to be weird, I reckon, over the next few years to have a real person on the video when you can just create videos with AI automatically and you can clone someone, right? And it's way less work. Now, the quality still has to be high, but video is so important for ranking on Google. Like, it's such an easy way to generate traffic and also generate traffic consistently. So, for example, if we look over the last 28 days, as you can see right here, and we go to views, you can see that over the last 28 days, we had 430,000 views. Now, roughly around like 20% of those actually came from Google. So if we zoom in right here, and we scroll down to Google search, you can see that 110,000 views came from Google search. So this is an extremely powerful way to rank number one on Google, but number two to rank inside YouTube as well. And I've seen loads of AI channels popping up over the years that are actually better than most of the content I see day to day, right? Akram says, I can hear your cheeky voice now. This is actually live stream take number two because the first one for some reason my mic cut out. And if my mic cuts out again, just let me know in the comments. Thanks, Akram. Appreciate you jumping on again. And so what you can do is you can also create like a photo avatar. So you can create like AI generated photos of yourself. But HeyGen is probably the most convincing platform I've seen out of everything to generate videos. Now, if you want to create a new video, bear in mind they've just updated this recently, but if you want to create one as simple as this, you just train up an avatar. So you can see, for example, I've trained myself up here. You can also just create avatar. You would upload some information about you, who you are, etc. And probably about, I think you just follow the instructions on screen. It took me about 5-10 minutes. And then within a few hours, I had this cheeky geezer right here ready to go. Julian Goldie SEO GPT. And so if we go to this avatar, you can actually share it with your team. So your team can create content on your behalf. You can update the profile picture. And if we click on this, you can see that we can add new looks. Now you can actually add 99 or 100 different scenarios of use. So it doesn't just have to be like Julian Gold in his office. It could be Julian Goldie on his rooftop in wherever he is. It could be, for example, Julian Goldie speaking on stage. Could be any sort of scenario that you can imagine, walking around the park or whatever, right? Like you could create some really cool stuff with this. You can also create a studio look. I haven't tested that out, but that sounds interesting. You can just add a new look. So you can upload footage, you can record with a webcam. You can see some of the example footage here, like different camera angles and that sort of stuff. It's really cool. Now, once you've trained up your avatar, if you go to home and then create video, you can start using this to generate content. Now, you can actually use a template, which I haven't tested out before, but you can see here, for example, you can create like all these different presentation styles, pretty nice, like personal message style avatar right there, all sorts of stuff. This doesn't just have to be for SEO as well. You could use this, for example, like sales letters. It could be, for example, like intro videos. I used to have to create loads on like Fiverr.com or Upwork and that sort of thing. Like anything you can imagine, even advertising, you could do with this sort of method. And so it's super easy. You can upload a PowerPoint or a PDF as well. You can generate a script here. So, for example, you can go, I don't know, let's say we want to talk about AI SEO with complexity. We can put that as a topic. Then from here, we can set the target language. We can add the tone. So, for example, it could be fun. And then we could generate a whole script. You can also use this from a URL. So you can actually add a URL. I haven't tested this out again, but it can draft a script based on the content of your web. So, for example, let's say you have a blog post, you could potentially, and I've not tested this out, but it seems like what you could do is just take a blog post off your website and then plug that directly into HeyGen. So let's try that. Let's see how it goes. So I'm going to take this article right here, best SEO tools for small business. We'll plug in the URL, add the target language, we'll make the tone fun, we'll hit generate script, and we'll see what it does. This is interesting. It actually does take the URL, and that was super easy and fast to do. You can see how it just generates different scenes. So if you had multiple scenes of you as an avatar, let's say, like I was talking about different camera angles, it could be you walking through the park or whatever. If you wanted to make the video really interesting, you could have scene one in the park, scene two on the rooftop, scene three in the office, etc. And just create like a very interesting video. And then from here, it's as simple as creating the video using that script. Now you can also re-edit the prompts, you can regenerate the content. It's absolutely amazing that you can do this. But Mason says instablogger.com is far better. Let's check it out. Let's check out instablogger.com. We'll have a look at that in a second. I've never heard of that before. Thanks for posting. But you can see how easy it is to generate videos. If we click on video, create video over here, we can use the avatar. So we'll plug this guy over here. And also, one thing on the script, right? You can change between the accents. So for me, obviously, I'm not going to use English US. Like that would be weird to see Julian Goldie here English US, right? But I can change to England UK, I believe. Let me just find that right here. I think it would be. Let's have a look. So we got US, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, India, Ireland, Kenya, New Zealand, Nigeria, English, Philippines, blah blah blah. Let's go back to languages. Maybe if we go to, let's see how this goes. So we'll click on English, and then you can actually it seems like you can preview it. So if we click play to update the audio, wait for that to load. That is taking a sweet time. The other thing you could do, I didn't realize you could do this before, but you can actually go into Descript. So let me open up a new window on Descript over here. And Descript is another AI tool where you can go to an audio project, write AI speech, right? Select Julian. So this is a pre-trained avatar on me. And then we can plug that in right there. And you can see here, we can hit done writing and then and HeyGen is ready to go now as well. So you can see how it previewed the accent right there. We could select English, default locale. Australia would actually sound a little bit like me. That was weird. And then you can select between all the different styles, right? It even says you can switch between voices right there as well. There's just so much stuff you can do with it. Look at that. Look at all the different voices that you get. 699 different voices that are trained up. And then you can switch between the accents. You can go English US, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, India, Ireland, Kenya, etc. You can switch between the emotions. So you can select excited, serious, soothing, broadcast, etc. And you can also filter. So you can go between conversational. Let's say you're doing ads, you can just filter to ads right there. Or let's say you want to do informative, you can select educational. Okay. So it's super easy to create the content. Now, you might be at this point saying, okay, that's great that you can generate the video and you can create an avatar and it's all automated in one single click, etc. The one thing that I would say here is that you want to be careful that you're going for keywords that you can actually rank for directly inside Google. So how do you do that? Typically, I think one of the best ways to leverage this is like you create a digital avatar of yourself, and then you can create content around a target keyword that actually has YouTube searches. So, for example, let's put something like perplexity into Google right here, and you can see a video popping up. And so, if you can see a video ranking on the first page of Google, that's usually a really good sign that you could potentially rank as well, especially if it's not got that many subscribers to the YouTube channel. So, I think that's one of the best ways to do it. Is like just find tools. The other thing you can do as well is like just go for something really niche. So if you look, for example, like how-to keywords, these would be quite good as well. So for example, like how to do link building SEO, you can see a bunch of videos right here, link building strategies, link building for beginners, SEO link building. The other thing I would say is if you're trying to rank on Google with YouTube SEO, what you can see here is the topic doesn't exactly have to match a keyword. So, for example, if you create a video about like link building strategies, potentially that could rank for multiple different keywords. It doesn't have to be like the specific keyword. So, for example, SEO link building, it'll rank for tons of stuff. In fact, if we go into Ahrefs and we see what keywords Matt Diggity's video is ranking for, we'll have a cheeky gander. You can see it's ranking for 289 keywords, right? And I bet most of them are not exact match. It's just that Google really likes to show guides around anything related to that topic. So if you just have the keyword link building inside the topic, then quite often these videos will rank for anything around it. As you can see right here, SEO links, SEO link building, SEO company, etc. Right? Loads of different things that you can rank for with one single video. And that's why it's so effective. The other thing that I would say is if you look over time, like for example, Matt, he created this video back in October 2023. Shout out to Matt. And you can see that he is still getting traffic today from that. And he's not touched it. Multiple core updates have been and gone, multiple AI updates have been and gone. But YouTube SEO just tends to rank really well over time. So that just coming back to HeyGen, that you know exactly how to create and find keywords. You know how to rank with this stuff because I'm showing you it and I'm showing you live examples. The main thing is you just want to create a really high quality video. I think that's the main thing there is you could create something that's absolute trash with HeyGen and you could create a lot of video content in one single click. But I wouldn't recommend that. I would focus on quality because the way that I see YouTube, if you go on the YouTube algorithm and you look at, for example, like the homepage, usually it's the best video that wins. It's a totally different algorithm to Google. Google is like the most keyword optimized article wins, or the article with the most links wins. Whereas, for example, on YouTube, it tends to be that the best piece of content wins, right? And that doesn't matter whether it's AI generated or not. The main thing is that your content has to be really good. And so if we go back to this example, you can edit the different scenes inside the content. I would have one single speaker, honestly, if it's for me. And we can switch that. So we can change that to Julian and we can switch all of these to Julian. And then you just want to rewrite the content, right? So for example, if it's a hook, like usually with YouTube SEO, the first sort of, I would say 5 to 10 seconds are the most important part of the video. As if you're trying to create a video around, say, perplexity AI SEO and that sort of thing, then you might want to go into Claude or your favorite tool and be like, write an introduction for a video about perplexity AI SEO. And then with the prompt, I'd be like, it has to be short, maybe Dan Kennedy style copywriting, hook people in, create curiosity, no fluff. And then maybe you want to get 3 different versions of that. So just to recap on this prompt that you would write for scene one, it'd be like, write an introduction for a video about perplexity SEO, has to be short, Dan Kennedy style copywriting, hook people in, create curiosity, no fluff. And then we'll delete that sentence and give me 3 different versions because usually when you're doing a video hook, like you want to see multiple different ones and then just go from there. Rahul says SEO Elite Circle for life. Shout out to Rahul. Appreciate you joining on. And says your videos give us so much insight and knowledge. Much love from New Delhi. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate that. That's awesome. Frank says, I think you just changed the way I do video. That's it. The thing that I'm trying to stress here is number one, AI video is absolutely amazing now. Like it's only getting better and it's only going one way, right? It's going to replace a lot of YouTubers. It's coming for my job. It's coming for everyone's job, undeniably. Started off with content, then it replaced, for example, designers. And now I would say the next people over the next couple of years that are going to get targeted, probably YouTubers, right? Because the quality of AI content is just going to improve. The reality, the realisticness of videos is going to improve over time. And Silvana says, HeyGen is really good for content creators. Absolutely. So let's look at these hooks and decide, okay, which one would I include in my AI SEO video? If I'm looking at these, I think this one grabs attention straight away, right? SEO is dead. At least the SEO, perplexity AI SEO has changed the rules overnight. If you're not ahead of the curve, you're already behind. Stick around to discover the one thing that could save your website from being invisible. Like that's a really good hook and probably better than most hooks that you're going to find on that particular topic. And so if we take this sentence right here, we can then plug it directly into this section here. And that is our introduction, right? And then you're just going to run through the rest of the content. Now, the other thing that I would say is when you're generating this content, you want to have like B roll and editing in between the script and the AI, right? So, for example, if it's just the audience looking at me talk during this video, I think it will still be obvious that it's AI generated video, right? Especially today. Whereas if you have different captions, different clips in between, I'll show you a video in a minute that I actually posted on the SEO boardroom recently that blew my mind. But if you have cuts in between, if you have edits in between, if you have B roll in between, then it's going to be very convincing that this is actually a real video, right? And that's the main thing. It has to feel realistic. The quality has to be there. Just like a blog post you generate with ChatGPT or Claude, content itself has to be just as good as a human has written it. It can't feel like AI. That's the key here. And so if we go back to the SEO boardroom, I'm going to find this example video that I posted right here. Here we go, right? This is a video generated with HeyGen and it's edited with like B-roll, right? Now, ignore the topic of the video. It's all about like survival, bulletproof vest or something like that. I have no opinion on that. But I want to show you how realistic this editing can be. You see how there's loads of edits, there's loads of cuts between the video speaking, and it's got different images in between, it's got different pieces of text inside there, right? So once you've got that raw video, you wouldn't just publish it like that from HeyGen. You want to edit it. You want to add some B-roll in there. You want to add some quick cuts, etc., some text, some captions, some animations, and then publish it because that's going to 10x the quality of your video if it's an AI generated video one. But like, how realistic does that look as an AI generated video? Like, you wouldn't even know. It's just super convincing, and that's the power of this. It's like you can actually you can create something interesting in just a few clicks using a combination of Claude, HeyGen, etc., and just creating something absolutely amazing. Right? That's the whole game. And so from here, we can just generate the next piece of content. So, for example, if we're generating like scene one, we can go back to Claude and we can say, okay, now write part two of the video with some interesting value bombs on complexity and how to use it for ASEO. Make it super actionable, super interesting, cut any fluff, and blow people's minds. Give me 3 versions, Dan Kennedy style. Right now, if you want this prompt right here, this one, I can just add that inside the video's description from today. So let me go to the live stream. Let me edit the video right there, and then if you want that prompt, it's inside the video description right there. Okay, just take it, steal it from me. And so if we go back to Claude now, let's have a look what it's come up with. I've not really tested this in massive amounts, but I'm interested to see what it comes back with. Okay. So let's have a look at version one. So Perplexity AI isn't just another search engine, it's your secret weapon for dominating SEO. Here's why. Answers questions directly, cites sources, understands context like never before. Now how to exploit this. Craft your content as direct, answers to specific questions. Back every claim with authoritative sources. Create content clusters that cover topics comprehensively. Right? Now, you can see how basically it's very actionable, very straight to the point, gives a lot of value, and it also creates excitement. The way that it's written, the way that it's delivered is very punchy, straight to the point, and entertaining. And so using these prompts, you can create an absolutely amazing script, but then also you can create a blog post as you're doing it because every single section inside the video is also a potential part of your blog post that you could publish too. And then you're not just ranking with YouTube AI SEO, but you're also ranking with the blog posts you're going to post on the website. You could create multiple different versions of this. The cool thing about having 3 different versions of each section as well is like you could use this to change it across multiple platforms. So, for example, I could publish one version of this on my website, one version of this on YouTube with a HeyGen video, and then one version of this with LinkedIn as well. Right? You just mismatching and creating multiple different versions and repurposing the same piece of content, but in a very interesting way that's entertaining, that's high quality, and gives people value. That's the main thing. And so if we take this section right here, we'll copy that, and then we'll go back to section number 2, and we're going to delete that, and we'll plug that in. Okay? And you can see how we've only been live for like 20 minutes. You can see how easy this is to do and how fast it is to do. Right? And then if you just want to preview it before you publish it, you can hit play over here. That'll take a little while to load, but that's basically it. And then you can generate the video later. Let's have a look and see what this video looks like. It looks like it's loading. So it's pretty good. In terms of the content itself, pretty interesting. Sounds good. Really interesting. Akram says you're using a free or a paid plan. I'm using a paid plan right now just because I think you get a lot more freedom with it. And it's very hard to create something high quality without the paid plan. But I think it was like $24 a month, $29 a month, something like that. Like it wasn't a lot of money to create something of value. And so that's basically it. And then you can also add more scripts in, you can add pauses, you can add more recordings, you can upload audio. Like you could use something like Descript as well. You can create AI audio in here, as you can see right with this. So this is AI audio, and this is trained on my voice. Then we can go to publish, hit export, and then we can upload that to HeyGen as well. Okay. And then once you're done with all of this, you can actually preview it and then you can submit it once you're done, right? And you just go through each of these sections using the prompts I've shown you. In the end as well, you probably have a CTA like booking a call or whatever, step by step. And yeah, that's it. Travis says it won't load with animated video. We'll just read your script. You have to submit. Yeah, that's it. So just to be clear here, like you have to submit to get the video version of this. You can't just preview it like that. So you have to hit submit. And that's basically it. That's how you can use HeyGen to create high quality videos. You can use a combination of Claude for the scripting. You can use Descript to upload the audio. You can train the avatar in multiple different scenarios. And then for finding keywords, there's a few ways you can do it. So like I was saying, you can go into Google and you can see, okay, what sort of tools are ranking with YouTube videos on the first page, right? You could also have a look and go, okay, what sort of keywords, my niche, are relevant? So for example, how to do SEO, or If you're in the tax niche, how to do tax, right? Or for example, if you're in the marketing niche, how to do marketing, etc. And you quite often going to find how-to videos ranking for how-to keywords. So that's an easy way to do it as well. Also, what I'd say with keywords on YouTube is it can be super competitive, like it can be super high KD, but you can still rank with videos, right? Because you don't need backlinks to rank with videos. And so even if the KD is super high, I would just ignore that. Like it's more about, okay, can I compete with the channel? Not can I compete with the number of backlinks that a page has. So that's basically it. And then you can see a bunch of other stuff that you can do right here, integrations, labs. I haven't tested half the stuff out here. There's just so much you could do with it, and it's absolutely amazing. Now, some people will be saying, okay, but can that actually create something that's really high quality? So I would say yes, but it's going to take a lot of back and forth, right? So if you look at some of these videos that I've generated previously, like this was on the old version of HeyGen, which was back in August. We'll open up this and we'll see how that performs. So wait for that to load and then we'll play the video. So if I look at that avatar, like I'm probably going to re-record that because I don't think it's good. Like the lip syncing is not that great. But like I showed you on the Discord, if you nail the avatar, then it seems super realistic. Like even the voice syncing, the lip syncing seems super realistic as well. Akram says, how do you go about SEO optimization on the videos? YouTube optimization for keywords, super simple stuff, right? So all you do is you put the keyword inside the title. You would talk about the topic throughout and you just answer every single question someone wants to know on there. You mention the keyword inside your script when you're actually talking. And then inside the video description as well, if we go down to the description down here, you can see that I usually include the keyword of the title. So, for example, like ChatGPT Canvas, I usually include that directly inside the description, right? But again, it's super simple. With optimization on YouTube, it's just like, okay, put the keyword in the title, put the keyword in the description, talk about the keyword, and create something really interesting that keeps people engaged, right? Quite often as well, the videos that rank the best with YouTube are not like the most relevant topics, right? Quite often the videos that perform the best are the ones that are the most entertaining, the most engaging. That's the main difference. So that's basically it. I haven't checked out Instablogger. Instablogger looks more like a blogging tool, not a video tool. I know someone mentioned that previously from what I can see. Can't see anything about video on there. But yeah, that's basically how you use HeyGen. Thanks so much for watching. I put the prompts from today inside the description. If you want to join me for live streams, like if you would find one-to-one or one-to-group calls like this super useful for you, you can see, for example, like Chris, he got results in just 3 days. Joining the SEO Elite Circle, you can see a bunch more reviews right here. If you join the SEO Elite Circle, you're going to get a ton of value out of this, right? Because we do weekly group calls like this. We share all our knowledge. You can also DM me with any questions that you have, and I'll give you a lot of help. And you can also see inside the community, like people are posting all the time, really active community, really amazing stuff going on in there. And additionally, you get weekly group calls with me along with the classroom. You can see all this cool stuff that you get in there, right? So feel free to join me in the SEO Elite Circle. It's available for a 72% discount right here. Check out in the comments description. And if you want to get a one-to-one SEO strategy session that's completely free, normally consultants will charge you like $2,000-$3,000 an hour for this. We'll give it to you for free. We'll show you how we take websites from 0 to 145,000 visits this month, generate thousands of dollars in sales on autopilot. Right? I've already shown you multiple case studies of SEO case studies ranking for me with YouTube, with normal AI sites, etc. I actually published this video the other day on how we grew from like 0 to 38,000 traffic with AI. Like you can get insane results if you have the right strategies. But if you try and do this alone, it's going to be super lonely. It's going to be super boring. You'll probably quit before you actually get the results you want. And also, it's going to be really difficult. If you don't have the right game plan, SEO is hard. If you have the right game plan, SEO is very simple and easy to get results. So feel free to put that in. Link in the comments description. You get a free SEO domination plan. Discover the secrets of link building. We'll answer any questions you have. You'll learn the best link building strategies for your website, how to rank your competitors, link building, how to 10x your SEO traffic based on what's working for me. Everything that I show you, I've tested out myself. As you can see with all the strategies I'm talking about today, it actually gets really good results like you see with this Claude answer right here. Right? So see you on the next one. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate everyone who tuned in here. Tavis says awesome stuff. As always, man, keep great content. Come in. Appreciate you as always. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.